So your character, Jonathan, is new. How does he fit into the story?
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
This is not like the traditional Prince Charming and
Tell
tights.
by the hair.
Yeah, the
That's
hair,
right.
he's kind of scruffy. He has a hoodie.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows?
Who the hell are you to say all of Andrew's scenes could get cut? Like, who are you?
Oh my God.
Are you Disney? What is the premise? What is the story?
Love story.
Jonathan, he's been taught by the world around him that you have to think about yourself, you have to survive, and that's basically it.
A lot of people will assume it's a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude.
So the two stars hate each other.
She possesses this childlike wonder, but also this self-assuredness.
She's not going to be safe with the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love.
Or what?
They're leaning into woke. Hardcore.
They're petrified of some kind of backlash.
There is a big focus on her love story.
She just sounds bitter and angry.
They are pretending like Rachel Zegler is the first of them all when she looks like Lord Farquaad in the film.
Nobody wants
a movie about true love? The outrage.
Please stop changing all of the historic plots, which actually have meaning, to instead become generic woke story about how woman leads revolutionary uprising and she don't need no man.
I'm really upset that it's the biggest theme here is that it's anti-men. She called him a stalker.
How dare you want to meet a handsome prince and be swept off of your feet and live happily ever after? No.
Disney's Snow White remake didn't just flop, it face planted off a cliff, landed in a crater, and took a few other projects down with it. Rachel Zegler's PR disasters, Prince Charming's vanishing act, and a studio in meltdown mode. Rachel's woke behavior stretched out to her co-stars because where's Andrew Burnap? Nobody has questioned his absence in all this, and Rachel's push to downplay his role in the film. So how many problems did Rachel and Andrew have? Did they even get along? Let's break it down. Andrew was so confused as to how they ruined the Prince Charming character that he couldn't even explain what his character was about when asked.
Jonathan is a person of the world, I think in an ever-darkening world, surviving, but yet secretly looking for that sense of hope again. Not having enough to eat, not having a home, not having clothes around him.
They literally made Prince Charming into a bum. It's ridiculous. No wonder this guy was pissed off and didn't want to be seen with Rachel.
Weird.
Let's start with the most obvious red flag. The two leads of the movie, Rachel Zegler and Andrew Burnap, literally did not do a single interview together. Not one. Even their press tour was scheduled like an awkward high school breakup. Rachel appeared on Good Morning America on March 20th, and then Andrew showed up alone the next day, March 21st. Solo missions only apparently. Like most their interviews about the film, they were never together. Seems like Rachel and him did not get along, much like Gal Gadot and Rachel. Maybe Rachel's woke ideology and strong feminism pushed Andrew away. The last time two stars in a film didn't do interviews with each other together was Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. I think we know what happened in that situation, so is this one any different? And the cherry on top, Andrew didn't even show up to the red carpet premiere, like he just skipped it. His biggest movie role ever, and he said he couldn't make it because he was busy. The only time they were seen together was in a single forced TikTok, probably mandated by Disney's legal team, where they don't make eye contact and look like they'd rather be anywhere else fans noticed. And yeah, it was awkward.
I'm Rachel Zegler.
And I'm Andrew Burnap, and we're from Disney's Snow White.
Let's get started. Don't forget to get your tickets for Disney's Snow White in theaters March 21st at Cineplex.com.
And here's where it gets even messier. Andrew Burnap's role practically erased.
Firstly, outraged by Rachel Zegler speaking ill about the prior film. And it's such a weird thing for their whole pitch as feminists to be is like the best thing you can strive to be as a man. Everything will be great once we just act exactly like men. There's nothing special about being a woman. Let's just be men. It just doesn't feel like we're winning.
During press, Rachel openly said things like all of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? Imagine hearing that after getting cast in your first big Disney movie. Was she right? Did she have more to do with his role being cut down than previously thought? She made things pretty clear this princess tale does not need a prince of any kind.
But what is this process now where it's like in order to be inclusive, you have to completely destroy storylines, completely destroy franchises? I don't believe in that. I don't think that consumers believe in that either.
Now, rumors say Andrew was not thrilled about how things went down, especially after being marketed as the prince, only to be sidelined and publicly undermined by his co-star.
She doesn't like the prince. She thinks she should get paid more because she has to wear that dress. She should get paid for streaming. I mean, talk about biting the hand that feeds you. She comes off as an insufferable, whiny brat, and that's why people are so annoyed. Beyond just them inserting feminism, I think we expect that at this point, but why do you have to mess with a classic, especially with someone who doesn't even seem to like her own character?
Sources say he privately blames Rachel for dragging the movie into a PR nightmare and ruining what was supposed to be a career-defining moment for him. Not to mention his entire role was demeaning and useless. They didn't have a spark and they did not represent true love, so what was was his role even about? Just making sure there's some dude in the film? I guess. If you were Andrew Burnap, would this role make you happy? Maybe things were different in the beginning when he signed up. As we know, they had to do a lot of reshoots for this film and changed a lot of things. So it's not surprising that he would be upset with Rachel over her public comments about his role.
I try to think back to like 14-year-old Andrew who just wanted so desperately to make this his life. And I'm overwhelmed with gratitude and joy. And I think I'm always just trying to learn how to get better.
It's very good for people to learn that women need men, and also that men need women. I don't know why this fell out of fashion, and we're not allowed to just say that sort of stuff anymore, but it actually happens to be the truth.
Rachel Zegler was on her own mission to tank this movie. She repeatedly trashed the original Snow White, calling the prince a weird stalker, downplaying the love story, and sounding like she was way too good for the role, and that didn't sit well. Not with fans, not with Disney execs, and definitely not with David Hale Hand, the son of one of the original Snow White directors, who said Zegler showed no respect for what Walt Disney and his dad created. At one point, Disney literally made her walk back everything in a forced interview, where she tried to spin it like, oh no, the love story was always there, I just wasn't talking about it that day. Sure, Rachel, too little, too late.
What an incredible thing that young girls will get to hear this. Young people in general, but she does talk about being the girl she's meant to be. I hope people fall in love with the love story because it's so important.
Then came the ultimate humiliation, empty theaters. Zegler tried to save face by going to see the movie in person with friends, but when she walked in, the place was basically empty. That moment was posted to Instagram, and it started a trend of people filming themselves watching Snow White in near silent, empty cinemas. It was brutal and viral.
Please? For which movie?
After the dust settled, Snow White had the worst week 2 drop of any Disney live action remake, 66% down. Critics slammed it, IMDb ratings tanked, audience interest vanished. The movie ended up costing Disney a reported $250 million, and the consequences huge. According to insiders, Disney canceled its planned live action Tangled remake in direct response to Snow White's failure and the backlash to its woke creative direction. So yeah, Zegler didn't just take down one movie. She might have taken down an entire remake pipeline because she scared Disney so bad, they are changing their entire studio. Rumors say they halted production on Tangled because they casted another woke actress, and they knew if they announced who, it was going to cause a riot with fans. Imagine Cynthia Erivo being casted as Rapunzel. Good luck.
That's beautiful.
And if you thought things couldn't get messier, oh just wait. Zegler also clashed with co-star Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen. Why? Because Rachel used the Snow White trailer drop to tweet her support for Palestine, knowing full well that Gal is Israeli, a former IDF soldier, and vocal about it. The result, Gal started receiving threats. Disney had to hire extra security for her, and producers flew to New York to try and rein in Zegler. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. Then Rachel doubled down, this time taking on Trump supporters. In a now deleted rant, she wrote, "May Trump supporters and Trump himself never know peace," and ended it with a nice blunt F Donald Trump. Predictably, MAGA supporters lost it, calling for a full Disney boycott and demanding she be fired from the film. Disney once again hit full panic mode and forced her to issue a carefully crafted apology. Too little, way too late. By the end, Disney had done everything short of putting Zegler in movie jail. They cut her press tour, brought in social media consultants, and had producers babysitting her PR efforts. She reportedly considered suing the studio for wrongful termination and discrimination. Meanwhile, Disney was quietly figuring out how to never work with her again. So where does that leave us? A $250 million crater, a prince who disappeared, a princess who couldn't stop talking, and a studio left picking up the pieces. Can Rachel Zegler bounce back? Can Disney salvage their live action strategy? Or was Snow White the wake-up call the Mouse House desperately needed? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video.